All right, let's be honest for a second. Most advice out there about finding your life's purpose, it's kind of fleshy, right? It's all padded with these unhelpful cliches. So I'm here to strip all of that away so we can get right down to the bare bones of how you actually find your thing. Let's dig in. So let's just start with the big one. You know the one. The question that just echoes in graduation speeches, job interviews, and those late night staring at the ceiling moments. What is your passion? Just feel the weight of that for a second. That pressure to have one single, grand, earth-shattering answer ready to go. But what if I told you that question is a total trap? That the whole premise is flawed? Yeah, we're not even here to try and answer it. We're here to replace it with something way better. Exactly. This whole societal pressure to find your passion is absolutely paralyzing. It can stop you dead in your tracks before you even start. So, yeah, you could say I'm here to pick a bone with that whole idea and, dismantle it completely. This really brings us to what I'd call a grave misconception. It's this idea that your passion is something you just find. Like you're digging for buried treasure or you stumble upon a lost set of keys. It's a total myth. And frankly, it sends us all looking in the completely wrong places. So look at this. The passion myth. It sells us this story of a lightning strike, this single grand destiny that we just have to discover. But the reality? It's so much more grounded. It's not about finding one big thing. It's about building something meaningful from a whole collection of small, quiet interests that you grow over time. And this myth is just so damaging. Why? Well, because it fills your head with all this anxiety, right? It makes you feel like you're somehow incomplete. It tells you to wait around for that perfect aha moment instead of just doing something, anything. And maybe the worst part is that it makes you overlook all those small, weird, peculiar interests that actually have the most potential. So, okay, if that old way is broken, then what's the alternative? Well, I'd like to introduce you to a totally different framework, a way of thinking that literally forms the structure of a fulfilling life. I call it skeleton logic. Skeleton logic is really all about shifting your focus. So forget the big, grand, mythical passion. Instead, look inward. Find one small, strange, uniquely you curiosity. That right there is your starting bone. And your job is to just give it your full, undivided attention. And you know what? It really is that simple. Stop searching the entire cosmos for some big answer. Just start examining this strange little machine right in front of you. Give yourself permission to get wonderfully, totally obsessed with something that other people might find, well, odd. Because that's where you build something real. Okay, let me show you how this actually works in practice, because it's not just some abstract idea. Let's look at a little case study I like to call the doorknob principle. We're going to see how a truly fulfilling obsession can be built from the ground up. So picture this. You notice an old ornate doorknob on a door. Now, instead of just walking by, you stop. You get curious. You look it up online when you get home. See? There's no pressure here for this to be your passion. You're just exploring. You just follow the little threads of that curiosity. And slowly, without you even realizing it, it can start to build into a genuine, fulfilling obsession. And just look where that one tiny starting point can take you. A simple doorknob. It connects to architecture, to history, to the physics of springs and levers, to industrial design, even to the evolution of home security. Any one of these paths could become a deep, lifelong interest. You didn't find a passion for metalworking, you built it, and it all started with a doorknob. Okay, enough about doorknobs. Let's make this about you. It's your turn to try this logic out. What's that weird little thing that you've noticed, but you've always just dismissed as being too small or too strange to matter?
So please, just stop digging. Start building. Your purpose isn't some hidden treasure out there waiting to be unearthed. No, it's a structure, a skeleton that you assemble piece by piece from the bare bones of your own genuine curiosity.
So I'll just leave you with this. For a moment, just forget about passion. Forget that word. Instead, ask yourself a better question, a more interesting question, a much more productive question. What's your doorknob?